What up, everyone? Welcome back to Blade Bias. I come to you not from the void this time because it turns out my ISO on my camera got turned way the hell down, so that wasn't supposed to happen. Today, with the Bally news, it's drama, unfortunately, and looks like it's always drama. Drama. No one likes drama. I mean, some people like drama, but I personally don't like drama. And the drama this week, the week of Blade Show, the week that we should be coming together as a community to celebrate all the cool things that are going on at Blade Show, has been fraught with scams and doxing and just weird situations in general over on Instagram. Starting off, I just want to say there will be discussions of doxing in this video. Please keep all discussions in the comments civil. Let's be respectful of each other, people. Please, we're all human beings, right? But yeah, first of all the scams going on, which I need to tune this thing when I get back to my apartment. Which suck. It sucks that scamming seems to be on the rise. Although I have noticed that a few of the Instagram posts that some people have been making have been made kind of hastily, and then the situation gets resolved like a few hours later. So this person will post that, oh, this person's scammed, and then like 2 hours later they'll be like, oh, update, it was a big miscommunication. This person didn't have access to their phone for whatever reason or something like that. So I do think we're getting a bit more hasty towards calling out scammers. But in the situation where someone actually does get scammed, there's also been a bit more of that lately. There's also been some drama surrounding selling ballad songs before you actually have them, but I'm not really going to get into that on Blade Bias. That might be a stream topic. Link to my main channel in the description. Go to the live tab. You can see all the streams that I've done in the past. Maybe I'll talk about that in the most recent one, I think, as this video goes live, but... and unfortunately, it's resolved in a doxing situation, which I think thankfully didn't get too much attention, but it is very sad to see people still thinking that doxing is good, and even encouraged. It makes me very afraid to have my personal details out there because if this keeps getting encouraged, you could get to a point where just because you disagree with someone or you don't like someone, you might release their personal information. And make no mistake, releasing someone's personal information, like their address or their phone number, is dangerous. Everyone's like, oh, nothing's going to happen. There's no bad actors in the ballad song community. There's a lot of bad actors in the ballad song community. You just probably don't see them. This community is probably filled with self-righteous people who want to be the hero and will go on some vigilante-like mission and will end up in a really bad situation. And even if they don't physically go to their house, there are plenty of other things that can happen when you release someone's release someone's personal address to a group of knife heads. And not knife heads in specific, but just the internet in general. Because no matter how small your group is, the internet is such a public place that there will always be bad actors lurking behind the scenes. And if we keep going down this route of doxing is good, oh, we need to dox people, something terrible is going to happen one day, and I guarantee you the person that doxes that person isn't going to feel very good about it. And they will, unfortunately, be almost directly responsible in some way. Doxing is bad. Don't do it. And if you see someone doxing, don't share it. Don't bring attention to it. And I do want to clear up some miscommunications. I know people are going to come at me and say, but we can't just let the scammers get away with it. We can't not punish them. There are plenty of other ways to raise awareness and punish scammers than going to the absolute fucking max and giving out their personal address. No one who's against doxing is saying, oh, let's just let scammers run wild, dude. Like, let them steal whatever they want. We're okay with it. No one is saying that. We're simply saying that doxing is going a bit too far too fast. And I think that's a fair assumption to make. Where do I want to go with that? And also, for everyone who's going to say, oh, nothing's going to happen, you don't know that for a fact. The internet is a wide place, and like I said, so many people can see this information that you make public. Let's have some thought before we do something like that, because it sucks that you got scammed, but there are plenty of other ways to raise awareness about the scammer, such as releasing the name of their account on the payment processor so that people know not to deal with someone like that. Or releasing the Instagram account that you were talking to. Making people aware of the situation is not the problem. That's what we need to do so we can shut down the scammer's ability to make deals in the first place. But going as far as to release their their private details puts not only them in danger, but the people that they surround themselves in, who are most likely completely innocent in the matter. Whether the scammer lives with their parents or a significant other or in a big apartment complex, there will inevitably be innocent people caught in the crossfire if something tragic does happen, which, in my opinion, is an inevitability if we keep going down the road of encouraging doxing. Small little rant over. That's mainly why I wanted people to be civil in the comments. Let's not get into crazy arguments about this. Blade Bias is a place where we can speak our minds and talk about things, and I don't really have many strong opinions, but that is one of them. I don't think that scamming warrants putting someone's life in danger. And unfortunately, that's I guess a partly unpopular opinion in this community. So yeah, basically today is just a PSA. Be careful who you're doing deals with. Make sure to do your due diligence. Check references. Make sure that the person's legit before you get into deals with someone. Also, be careful who you're giving your public or your private information to. I don't know why I keep saying public information. Be careful who you're giving your private information to. And if you do get scammed, please deal with it in the correct way. The way that we have proven has worked before. The way of, hey, this is the person that scammed me, watch out. I just hate the drama. There's also a lot of people saying that the Balisong community is dying. I've seen so many people talk about getting bored and losing interest in it, and talking about the lack of sales from makers and all that. And while most of that is true, it's nothing new. Most of the people, we've been over this before. Go check out my video on why the Balisong community isn't dying. Unfortunately, with makers not selling as much, that has to do with more global economic reasons rather than specifically the Balisong community. People just don't have a disposable income currently. It will come back. But there is also the fact that we blew up because of COVID, and COVID is kind of over at this point. It's not over, but the lockdowns and the isolation that it caused is, for the most part, over. So people don't have as much free time to get into Balisongs, and the people who did get into Balisongs might be getting bored because they plateau, or they just lose interest because they're young. Some young people don't stay with things for very long, and that's okay. Speaking of plateauing, I will be making a video on how to overcome the plateau of learning a new skill, so stay tuned for that. Just got to do a little bit more research on that. It's the first Blade Bias video that I've actually sat down and properly researched for, but it's going to be a fun video. But yeah, just PSA. A lot of stuff going on right now. Don't get too down in the dumps about anything. Everything's going to work out just fine. And yeah, just be careful with doing business with people, giving out people your personal information. And don't dox people, because it's not cool and it can lead to even worse things if it's left unchecked. So yeah, I think I covered everything. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. And again, please be civil in the comments. I know how much doxing is going to create this crazy cesspit of a comment section. But it's something that needs to be talked about, and I'm going to use my platform to do that. So hopefully you don't mind, because I think at the end of the day, we all want this community to be better, not worse. I think that about does it. Yeah. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.